Okay, welcome to lesson 1.8, alternating interior angles. And so, let me zoom in a lot actually. So what are alternating interior angles? Let's start with a drawing to help us kind of guide here. So I'm going to draw a pair of parallel lines. So I'm going to know that these are parallel because somewhere on here they're going to put some sort of triangle or arrow that indicates that they are parallel. And then there's going to be some sort of other line that crosses it, which we learned in the previous lesson is called a transversal. So what are alternating interior angles? They are, actually I wanted that to stay purple. There we go. So they are a pair of angles on the interior. So that is why they're called interior angles of a pair of parallel lines that are on alternating. So that's the other, I guess angles is the other word too. Alternating interior angles kind of goes backwards in the definition here, but that's okay. On alternating sides of a transversal. Okay, so a transversal is that line that cuts in between them here. So if I were to label all of these angles with a number, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. The ones that are interior, so let's mark these here. These and these are interior angles because they are inside or in between these two lines here, right? The two parallel lines. They're inside that space and they're not out here somewhere and they're not out here. Those would be exterior lines, or sorry, angles. So we have interior angles. So then you would look and say, okay, so 3 and 6 here, those could be a pair, and then 4 and 5 could be a pair of alternating interior angles. All right, so in this case, it would be 3 and 4, or, oh, sorry, not 3 and 4, that's wrong. 3 and 6, like I just said, 3 and 6, or 4 and 5 would be AIA, alternating interior angles. So what we need to know about those is that AIAs are congruent, which, by the way, sometimes you'll see that by what's a equal sign with a little curvy line on top of it. They are congruent, meaning they have the same measure. So again, the difficulty is going to be in spotting which one is the right one to go with it. And that's what we're going to be working on as we progress. All right, so let's take a look at some samples here. All right, first one. All right, so since these are alternating interior angles, they're both inside they're interior angles of the two parallel lines. They're on opposite sides, one on one side, one on the other side of the transversal. They are alternating interior angles, so that would mean that it is 100 degrees. All right, so this one is also so it's pretty easy, 71 degrees. You just see these are the same. Okay, notice too, like this is a acute angle. This is an acute angle. This is an obtuse angle, and so is this one. So these two should match. 133 degrees. All right, so this is a question mark one here. What happens when you have this symbol here? Well, this symbol here means what? It's a right angle, 90 degrees. So that means this one is also a right angle. So this one would be 90 degrees as well. So that's it. Today it's going to be really simple, and then we're going to try to step it up a notch, and I'm going to give you multiple angles at some point, and you're going to have to start determining which ones are the alternating interior angles and how those work together. Okay? All right, that's it for today.